For this dose of Cinemania, we'll take you around the world and back for the top 5 adventure films. Reminisce about the best and worst of silver screen mothers. And go undercover to solve some thrilling murder mysteries. All this and more as we look at the silver screen's best and worst in Cinemania. Our first top 5 looks at the thrills and spills of exciting cinematic escapades. Stay with us as we count down Cinemania's best adventure movies. At number 5, we find the action flick Flight of the Phoenix. The 2004 film was an update of the 1965 James Stewart favourite about plane crash survivors forced to build a functioning plane out of their wreckage or perish.
Why the hell not? If I said we build a damn plane.
I'm not taking orders from you.
We only have one chance with this if it doesn't work.
And we all die horribly.
Yeah, no pressure on me, right?
In the 2004 version, Dennis Quaid played the hard-bitten, cynical Captain Frank Towns, who was tasked with ferrying a band of oil workers who have recently lost their jobs following the closure of their oil rig. When they run into a sandstorm while crossing the desert, Captain Frank decides not to turn back, but to fly through it, causing the breakup of their plane.
What the hell are they waiting for?
As they try to rebuild their plane, the group runs into more trouble, leading to one extremely exciting action adventure worthy of 5th position.
The plane will fly!
A map.
At number 4 on Cinemania's list of top adventure films is National Treasure. The film tells the story of Benjamin Franklin Gates, played by Nicolas Cage, who, coming from a family of treasure seekers, is trying to find a treasure hidden by the founding fathers after the Revolutionary War. When he starts to close in on his quest, so does his competition. The key to the treasure's whereabouts can be found on the back of the Declaration of Independence. Gates has only one option: to steal it himself.
It is surrounded by guards, video monitors, and little kids on their 8th grade field trip.
You will go to prison, you know that, right?
Yeah, probably.
National Treasure is reminiscent of the treasure hunt films of the 1940s and 50s, and its action has even been compared to the Indiana Jones and James Bond films.
First.
Tell me what the next clue is.
What do you see?
This action-packed, high-intensity adventure comes in 4th position. Cinemania's 3rd greatest adventure film saw Antonio Banderas and Catherine Zeta-Jones reunite with director Martin Campbell in the epic The Legend of Zorro.
I wish I was there today.
You were.
The year is 1850, and the swashbuckling crusader is challenged by the most dangerous mission of his life. After fighting to help California become the 31st state of the Union, Zorro must live up to the promise he made his wife Elena and give up his secret identity to live a normal life. When he hesitates, it threatens to tear them apart. Then the same forces that conspired to keep California from becoming part of the United States began plotting to unleash a threat 500 years in the making. This threat could change the course of history forever, and only Zorro can stop it.
Till my puppy kicks you.
That makes Zorro Cinemania's 3rd best cinematic adventure. At number 2, we find another sequel, The Pirates of the Caribbean: Dead Man's Chest. The much-loved Captain Jack Sparrow, played by Johnny Depp, returned for the sequel to the smash hit seafaring Pirates of the Caribbean adventure based on a Disneyland ride.
Time's up.
Once again thrown into the world of the supernatural, Sparrow finds out that he owes a blood debt to the legendary Davy Jones. With time running out, Jack must find a way out of his debt, or else be doomed to eternal damnation and servitude in the afterlife.
I was nothing more than an almost innocent bystander.
Orlando Bloom and Keira Knightley also returned for this adventure-filled film.
What about Jack? I can't leave without him.
Never mind, let's go!
Upon its release, this adventure smashed box office records in America, receiving the biggest weekend opener ever, breaking the record set by the film Spider-Man, which was widely considered unbreakable. Needless to say, Pirates of the Caribbean is worthy of second position. Finally coming in at number 1, Cinemania's greatest silver screen adventure belongs to Indiana Jones.
Walking back through my door.
In 1981, Raiders of the Lost Ark was the year's highest-grossing film. It's hard to fathom that every major studio in Hollywood turned the film down before George Lucas and Steven Spielberg were able to persuade Paramount that the risk was worth taking. The Temple of Doom came along in 1984, with the trilogy concluding in '89 with The Last Crusade. Known for his bullwhip and fedora hat, Indiana Jones was played by Harrison Ford, and later in the series, legendary actor Sean Connery played Indiana's father.
It's not archaeology. It's a race against evil.
Germany has declared war on the Jones boys.
The trilogy takes viewers on the ultimate adventure, which is why it's Cinemania's number 1.
Experience for me.
Time now to look at the mothers of the silver screen. Some you'll fondly remember, others you'd rather forget, but all have found themselves a special place in your heart. Well, maybe not all of them. One big screen mother the world fell in love with was played by Sally Field. It was her performance playing Julia Roberts' mother, Malin Eatonton, in the heartwarming Steel Magnolias.
Mom was going to give me one of her kidneys. When? We check in tomorrow morning.
Its tagline is, "The funniest movie that will ever make you cry." And it lives up to its promise. Who could forget this movie mum, played by Frances McDormand in Almost Famous? In the film, she celebrates Christmas in a month other than December, when it's not commercialised, finds her son in a crowd by using the family's secret whistle, and uttered that memorable motherly warning, "Don't use drugs."
Oh, this is a big mistake.
Shirley MacLaine's motherly role in the drama Terms of Endearment saw audiences everywhere fall in love with her.
Ma'am, it's not my patient.
It's time for her shot. You understand? Do something. All she has to do is hold out until 10. And it's past 10. She's in pain. My daughter is in pain. Give her the shot. You understand?
But it wasn't just the audiences. Critics also loved her performance, and MacLaine won her first Oscar and a Golden Globe for her role. Then, of course, there's this movie mother.
No more hangers!
This mother is one that most people are glad isn't their own. In the film Mommy Dearest, Faye Dunaway portrayed Joan Crawford. Mommy Dearest is based on the book written by the daughter of the screen legend, and she is one very scary movie mother.
And you treat them like they were some dish rag!
We'll now turn our attention to female directors. With their ideas, dreams and achievements, who will come in at number 1? In 5th place, we find Deepa Mehta, a director who has been called the voice of New India. Her trilogy, Fire, Earth and Water, garnered this director international attention. Despite protesters, a delayed shoot and a cast change, she finally saw her dream come true and finished the film Water in 2005, though if given the chance, she wouldn't repeat the experience.
If somebody had to ask me, would I do it again? No. Because the struggle was really a struggle. I mean, it was life-threatening. It was, and I think about it even to this day. Sometimes my palms get clammy because it was so scary.
Religious fundamentalists objected to Deepa telling the story of castaway widows. They retaliated by storming the set and threatened her life and the lives of the film's stars. Despite the protests, Deepa did not give up on her film. Her determination makes her worthy of 5th position.
Baba, Amma kahan?
Gurinder Sharda is Cinemania's 4th greatest female director. After directing a few award-winning documentaries for the BBC, she moved on to feature films and impressed the world by blending Bollywood with the Western world for her colourful feature Bride and Prejudice. Before Bride and Prejudice, Gurinder had another hit by blending traditional Indian values with football. The result was Bend It Like Beckham. The film was well loved the world over, winning Gurinder a slew of awards.
What nice Indian family would want a daughter-in-law who can kick a football all day, but who can't make round chapatis?
On Cinemania's list of top 5 female directors, Myra Nair comes in 3rd position. Myra began her career as an actor, and like Gurinder, she worked on documentaries until Salaam Bombay, her first feature. Her film, however, went on to be nominated for an Academy Award for Best Foreign Film. Myra then received acclaim for Monsoon Wedding and Hysterical Blindness, and in 2004 released her adaptation of the classic novel Vanity Fair, starring Reese Witherspoon, who was eager to work with Myra.
You could put the world on a leash.
Working with Myra has really been a fantastic experience for me because I love her films, and I met with her 2 years ago and just said, can we find something to do together? And so when she called me and asked me to do this, I was really thrilled.
Myra Nair is a director in demand and was reportedly approached to direct one of the Harry Potter films. Clearly talented, she is Cinemania's 3rd greatest female director. At number 2, we find the New Zealand director, Jane Campion. After a few acclaimed short films, Jane wrote and directed her first feature film, Sweetie, in 1989. Nowadays, you can find her directing some of Hollywood's biggest stars. In 2003, she directed Meg Ryan and Mark Ruffalo in the thriller In the Cut.
You want me to be your best friend? No problem. I can be whatever you want me to be.
Her 1993 film, The Piano, was a huge success for everyone involved. Jane was nominated for 2 Academy Awards for Best Director and Best Original Screenplay. She won the award for Best Screenplay. The film also won the Palme d'Or at Cannes, which made Jane the first woman to ever win the award. Under Jane's direction, the film's 2 main stars, Holly Hunter and Anna Paquin, both won Academy Awards for their performances. Holly for lead actress and Anna for supporting. That's why Jane Campion comes in at number 2. Finally, at number 1, Cinemania's best female director comes from a long line of filmmakers. It's Sofia Coppola. Sofia is the daughter of Godfather director Francis Ford Coppola, but she has certainly stepped out of her father's shadow and made a reputable name for herself. First came her dreamlike adaptation of the book The Virgin Suicides, then the critically acclaimed Lost in Translation, starring Bill Murray and Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah. So, you having a nice time?
Can you keep a secret? I'm trying to organize a prison break. I'm looking for, like, an accomplice.
In 2004, she became the first American woman ever to be nominated for the Best Director Oscar, which she went on to win.
I'm in.
Sofia Coppola for Lost in Translation.
This is Sofia Coppola's first Academy Award. This win makes her family the second 3-generation Oscar-winning family. The first was the Houstons, Walter, John, and Angelica.
Her next project, Marie Antoinette, was greatly anticipated because everyone wanted to see what this amazing director would come up with next. That's why Sofia Coppola is Cinemania's greatest female director. Avast! Hide your booty and prepare to pillage. We're about to look at some yay old pirate movies.
All right, my hearties, follow me!
Shiver me timbers, it's Captain Blood. This pirate film starred one of Cinemania's most famous swashbucklers, Errol Flynn. And from swashbucklers to fairy tales, it's hard to find a villain that's scarier than Peter Pan's Captain Hook.
For those about to fall.
Captain Hook comes complete with all the typical characteristics you expect from a pirate. His hat, jacket, sword, deep voice and unforgettable hook see him battle time and time again with the boy who never grew up.
It is your requiem, mass boy!
With the help of his loyal first mate, Mr. Smee, Captain Hook is obsessed with revenge and eager to settle his score with Peter Pan after Peter fed his hand to a crocodile. Our final pirate is one that the whole world has fallen in love with. It's Captain Jack Sparrow from Pirates of the Caribbean.
Fast, cruel, demented, vicious pirates who cannot be killed.
The film itself drew inspiration from past pirate films and novels and updated pirates for today's audiences.
We are cursed, men.
I hardly believe in ghost stories anymore.
You best start believing in ghost stories, Miss Turner. You're in one.
Unlike the typical silver screen pirate, Captain Jack Sparrow is both good and bad. When taking on the character, actor Johnny Depp abandoned the eye patch, hook and peg leg and created a new and improved on-screen pirate. The film's huge success no doubt saw the producers raise their bottles of rum and sing a celebratory sea chanty.
Try wearing a corset.
Grab your gun and watch your back. Anything can happen as we count down Cinemania's top 5 murder mysteries. At number 5, we find The Cat's Meow, a period movie that mixed fictional and non-fictional characters with a plot that centred around an unsolved murder aboard the yacht of the legendary media magnate William Randolph Hearst.
It is safe with me.
You just said everyone knows. Who's everyone?
Well, everyone on this boat, for example.
Thank you, Tom. I'll handle this matter.
The Cat's Meow examined a fateful excursion aboard the yacht of William Randolph Hearst. Since the winter of that year, the voyage has lived on in Hollywood legend.
I'm going to make sure that none of this gets in the paper. I'm asking you to join me in an oath of silence. But you do not know what happened aboard this boat.
Hearst was known to bring together some of the country's best-known personalities, and The Cat's Meow looked at a still unsolved, hushed-up weekend sea adventure that resulted in one man losing his life. This real-life murder remains a mystery, making it Cinemania's 5th greatest silver screen murder mystery. At number 4, we find Minority Report, the futuristic sci-fi thriller that involves finding out who set up a future murder that may not happen to make it look like it was going to happen. Confused? Well, it's science fiction.
The future murder of Sarah Marks. Give the man his head.
You say something, Chief?
No. You're in a lot of trouble, John. I have a warrant in my pocket that says...
The film, which stars Tom Cruise, is directed by Steven Spielberg. It takes place in Washington, D.C. in the year 2054, a time and place where murder has been eliminated. The future is seen and the guilty punished before the crime has ever been committed.
I need to know how to get at it. I have to know. I have to find out what happened in my life.
You tell me, who was it that set this up?
I love you.
No time!
Making this roundabout murder mystery Cinemania's 4th greatest. Robert Downey Jr. and Val Kilmer star in Cinemania's third best murder mystery, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. This film both mocks and embraces the cliches of the hard-boiled private eyes of years past. It takes to the extreme the genre's coincidences, impossible actions, and detectives who keep on ticking.
Sometimes I have other... my caseload is pretty...
Thank you.
Where is the girl?
You put a live round in that gun.
Oh, yeah, there was like an 8% chance.
Who taught you math?
Petty crook Harry Lockhart stumbles into a casting call and is flown to Hollywood to audition for a cop movie. To prepare for the audition and lend authenticity to his performance, Harry is given lessons by a private detective. Together, the pair blunder into a tangled mystery filled with the car chases, tenuous clues, and high body counts typical of murder mysteries.
These lessons suck.
In second position, we find Ron Howard's The Da Vinci Code, one of the most controversial releases of 2006. Based on the worldwide best-selling novel by Dan Brown, The Da Vinci Code is a rich tale of code-breaking, art history, secret societies, and an enthralling murder mystery. It begins in Paris, where Harvard professor Robert Langdon receives an urgent message. The elderly curator of the Louvre has been murdered. Near the body, police find a baffling code. Solving the enigmatic riddle, Langdon is stunned to discover it leads to a trail of clues hidden in the works of Da Vinci. Langdon joins forces with a gifted French cryptologist, Sophie, and learns the late curator was involved in a secret society. Unless they can decipher the puzzle in time, the Priory's secret and a stunning historical truth will be lost forever. In a breathless race through Paris, London and beyond, the couple battle to solve this murder mystery. Cinemania's #1 murder mystery is Swimming Pool. Swimming Pool plays on the relationship between creator and muse, and stars two of the French director's favourite muses, Charlotte Rampling and Ludovine Sagna. Vibrant and surprising as it nears its climax, Swimming Pool shows off Rampling and Sagnier at their best, playing a frumpy English crime writer who suddenly finds herself sharing a house with a boisterous and overtly sexual young woman.
Your house is a paradise, and I've already begun working.
As she spies on the girls swimming and lounging around the pool, showing off an all-over tan, the writer begins to use her as a muse, simultaneously disgusted by and jealous of her.
All right. That must be mine. I cut myself earlier.
Oh, yes? And where did you cut yourself?
Leave me alone!
Film director Francois Ozon stressed that making this film was a way to disturb the audience and give the viewers the possibility to be inside someone who creates a book. That helped make Swimming Pool Cinemania's greatest murder mystery. That's all we've got time for. Be sure to join us next time for your dose of Cinemania.